Russia's Federal Security Service, FSB, said on Thursday that it foiled a terror attack organized in St. Petersburg by Ukraine. The FSB said it detained a woman in St. Petersburg at the moment she was planting a bomb under the car of a high-ranking Russian officer upon Ukraine's instructions. The targeted officer is employee of a defense enterprise and has the title of a general. The woman, who is a Russian citizen, born in 2002, had been carrying out assignments for Ukrainian intelligence services, including prior to the operation in St. Petersburg, according to the report. The operation was caught on video, showing Special Forces officers bringing the suspect to the ground and restraining her with handcuffs, leaving her face down and motionless. The footage reveals that the operation was executed with calm precision. The suspect had painted pro-Ukrainian slogans in public places in the Moscow region and had attempted to set fire to a railway infrastructure facility, the FSB said. A criminal case has been launched against the suspect under the article of the Russian Criminal Code for attempted terrorist act.
Мне сказали просто проследить за этой машиной, и тогда мне дадут деньги.
Что ты делала сейчас?
Я пыталась какое-то устройство подложить под
Какое
машину.
The future of modern warfare is being built in Ukraine at this moment. New equipment is being developed and deployed in Ukraine at a significantly lower cost and in a remarkably shorter time compared to almost anywhere else in the world, Bloomberg reports. Currently, Ukraine depends on US intelligence and allied air defense systems to intercept Russian missiles. However, Kyiv is increasingly producing its own weapons. According to President Volodymyr Zelenski, today, Kyiv receives about 40% of its weapons from Ukrainian sources. Ground drones and unmanned aerial vehicles, which have been used on a large scale for the first time in the war with Russia, have sparked a revolution on the battlefield. Russian forces under Russian President Vladimir Putin's command have deployed nearly 695,000 soldiers along the front and continue to bombard civilian populations with missiles and drones. The main weapon against the invaders has become the adaptability of Ukraine's defense industry. A striking example is the modular robotic platform Termit, which serves both for transportation and clearing pathways. It is equipped with Starlink satellite internet and is already in use by more than 20 military units. TenCore, a company that started in February 2024 with 5 employees, now has 175 workers and projects $80 million in revenue for 2025 due to producing over 2,000 units of equipment. Investors sought to buy the company, but TenCore refused. Also, over 70% of Russian equipment has been destroyed by Ukrainian drones, making the country one of the most powerful drone armies in the world. Russia, in response, is ramping up drone production and using technologies that make them harder to jam. While Moscow scales up production, Ukraine bets on innovation and creativity, and this could change the course of the war. Whichever model prevails will decide the outcome of the war. The biggest obstacle for Ukraine's defense industry is funding. Despite a defense budget of $12 billion, Ukraine's production potential is 3 times greater than it is today. Kyiv seeks to attract more investment from its Western allies, including from the European new project, SAFE, which envisions $150 billion for defense tech funding. In Ukraine, the unprecedented achievements of the Magura naval drone, developed and used by the main intelligence directorate of the Ministry of Defense, have been officially recognized. They have forever changed the rules of war, setting 5 world records at once. No other fleet has achieved such success, the press service of the main intelligence directorate reports. Representatives of the Book of Records of Ukraine recorded 5 unique achievements of the main intelligence directorate of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine, made possible by the use of Magura sea drones. The ceremony took place at the Military Intelligence Museum, where an exhibition dedicated to these developments also opened. Among the records, the world's first sinking of a warship by a sea drone, first downing of an air target, the first downing of a combat aircraft, the largest number of ships and boats destroyed. In the period 2023 to 2024, 15 units of the Russian fleet, the largest number of sinkings of ships and boats. Authorized persons for registration of achievements of the Book of Records of Ukraine presented certificates to Kirill Budanov, the leadership of the drone unit of the main intelligence directorate and the fighters of Group 13 conducting naval special operations. Representative of the Book of Records of Ukraine, Andriy Masiuk, noted, "We observed the development and combat use of Magura and can state with complete confidence, these achievements are unique on a global scale. They testify to the fact that Ukraine, even in the most difficult conditions, is capable of creating innovations that change the course of war and become a role model." Chief of the Main Intelligence Directorate of the Ministry of Defense, Lieutenant General Kirill Budanov said, "Every sunken ship, every shot-down plane or helicopter is a reduction in the enemy's capabilities. These are real steps towards our victory. I thank Group 13 for their work. Their dedication and professionalism allow us to achieve such results." The commander of the Group 13 unit, call sign 13th, noted the contribution of Ukrainian engineers. "Thank you to the manufacturers for their innovations and to my team for their loyalty and successful work. We are fighting against a state with large resources and any support is especially important. Thank you to the Book of Records for recognition and trust." Military expert Mikhail Gonchar also emphasized the effectiveness of Magura. "These drones have already set records in the water and in the air. I wish the next record would be underwater." Russian submarines have clearly been waiting to meet Ukrainian drones. According to the representative of the main intelligence directorate, Andrei Yusov, this is not just about records, but about a strategic breakthrough. The records set are evidence of how Ukraine is changing the military history of the world, proving that innovation and courage are stronger than any enemy numbers. Ukraine is changing the military history of the world. Innovation and courage are stronger than numbers. Your work is an example for the whole world of how asymmetric responses can be effective and destructive for the aggressor.